Two premium SUVs, two performance icons, but only one can truly dominate the road and your driveway. In this video, we're putting the 2026 Porsche Cayenne head-to-head against the 2026 Range Rover Sport, a battle of European engineering, blending luxury, capability, and driving thrills. The Cayenne is Porsche's purebred athlete, tuned for razor-sharp handling, lightning-fast acceleration, and that unmistakable Stuttgart refinement. Meanwhile, the Range Rover Sport flexes its off-road heritage with a bold design, luxurious ride, and a tech-loaded interior that's as polished as it is powerful. So, which one takes the crown? Range Rover Sport or the Porsche Cayenne? Let's find out. This is Parth, and you are watching MotorNation. The 2026 Porsche Cayenne and the 2026 Range Rover Sport may share the same ultra-luxury SUV class, but they take very different paths to get there. Both models enter 2026 with refined styling, upgraded tech, and even more focus on performance, but their DNA couldn't be more distinct. The Cayenne is Porsche's best-selling SUV, and for good reason. It combines sports car-like handling with everyday utility, offering everything from a refined base model to the track-ready turbo e-hybrid. For 2026, it gets subtle design tweaks, enhanced plug-in hybrid powertrains, and a completely overhauled cabin that now feels even more futuristic and driver-focused. On the other hand, the 2026 Range Rover Sport continues Land Rover's legacy of blending bold luxury with real off-road credibility. It carries over its stunning minimalist design language, floating roofline, and flush surfaces, but adds even more under the skin. With mild hybrid inline sixes, a powerful plug-in hybrid, and a range-topping V8, the new Sport is faster, quieter, and more luxurious than ever before. When it comes to performance, the 2026 Porsche Cayenne and the 2026 Range Rover Sport are two very different beasts, both brutally fast, but engineered with different philosophies. Porsche focuses on precision, weight balance, and razor-sharp response, while Range Rover delivers silky power, effortless torque, and commanding road presence. Let's break it all down. Starting with the 2026 Porsche Cayenne, it arrives with a refreshed powertrain lineup, including stronger plug-in hybrid options and a retuned suspension system that sharpens its on-road dynamics even further. The base Cayenne is powered by a 3.0-liter turbocharged V6, now making 348 horsepower and 368 lb-ft of torque, a noticeable bump over the previous generation. It sends power to all four wheels through an 8-speed Tiptronic S automatic transmission, with lightning-quick upshifts and a refined, sporty feel. This setup gets the Cayenne from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just under 5.7 seconds, with fuel economy rated around 19 mpg city and 23 mpg highway. Next up is the Cayenne S, which sees a major change for 2026. Porsche swaps out the twin-turbo V6 in favor of a 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8. The result? A thrilling 468 horsepower and 442 lb-ft of torque, pushing the Cayenne from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.4 seconds. This isn't just straight-line performance. The Cayenne S now feels more eager through corners, with optional air suspension and Porsche Active Suspension Management, PSM, working together to deliver sports car-like agility in an SUV body. The Cayenne e-hybrid also gets major upgrades. It still uses the 3.0-liter V6, but now paired with a more powerful electric motor and a 25.9 kilowatt-hour battery pack, up from just 17.9 kilowatt-hours. Combined output is 463 horsepower, and EV-only range has climbed to around 45 to 50 miles, depending on conditions. It accelerates from 0 to 60 in about 4.6 seconds and delivers an estimated 46 mpg when fully charged, making it an ideal blend of Porsche performance and plug-in practicality. And then there's the new flagship, the Cayenne Turbo e-Hybrid. This is Porsche at its boldest. It pairs the 4.0-liter V8 with a boosted electric motor to produce a staggering 729 horsepower and 700 lb-ft of torque. It demolishes the 0 to 60 run in just 3.5 seconds, faster than most sports cars on the market. Yet still gives you about 30 miles of pure electric range. Porsche's advanced torque vectoring system, air suspension with dual-chamber tech, and optional rear axle steering make it feel far lighter and more nimble than it should for a 2.5-ton SUV. Now let's move to the 2026 Range Rover Sport, which takes a slightly more relaxed, but equally powerful, approach to performance. The range starts with the P360 and P400 trims, both powered by a 3.0-liter turbocharged inline-six with mild hybrid assist. The P360 produces 355 horsepower, while the P400 bumps that up to 395 horsepower and 406 lb-ft of torque. Paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission, these models feel smooth and responsive, gliding from 0 to 60 in 6.0 seconds and 5.4 seconds, respectively. Fuel economy is solid too. Expect 20 mpg in the city and up to 25 mpg on the highway, aided by a 48-volt electric system that improves start-stop behavior and assists under light acceleration. The next step up is the P550e plug-in hybrid, which combines the same inline-six with an electric motor and a 38.2 kilowatt-hour battery, significantly larger than Porsche's hybrid pack. With 542 horsepower and 590 lb-ft of torque, it's fast, 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 4.7 seconds. But more importantly, it offers a class-leading 51 miles of all-electric range, nearly double what most rivals offer. You can cruise through city streets without burning a drop of fuel and still unleash instant torque when you want it. Then comes the beast, the SV Edition 1. Under the hood is a BMW-sourced 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8, producing 626 horsepower and 590 lb-ft of torque. The SV rockets from 0 to 60 in just 3.6 seconds, and it doesn't just go fast in a straight line. It's equipped with rear-wheel steering, air suspension with predictive dampers, and a new 6D dynamic system that actively controls pitch, roll, and dive for supercar-level stability in corners. The exhaust note alone is worth the upgrade. Raw, aggressive, and unmistakably V8. Luxury today isn't just about leather and wood. It's about design philosophy, user experience, and how a cabin makes you feel. And in this battle between the 2026 Porsche Cayenne and the Range Rover Sport, we see two very different interpretations of what a luxury SUV interior should be. Let's begin with the 2026 Porsche Cayenne, where the design clearly revolves around the driver. For 2026, Porsche has completely reworked the cabin, and it shows. The centerpiece is a 12.6-inch curved digital instrument cluster, floating freely behind the steering wheel. It's fully customizable, giving you access to traditional gauges, navigation, drive modes, and even a minimalist track view, perfect for spirited drives. To the right, there's a 12.3-inch central touchscreen integrated into a clean dashboard layout. It runs Porsche Communication Management, PCM, a fast, responsive infotainment system that now supports native Spotify and Apple Music, wireless Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto, over-the-air updates, and cloud-based navigation. And for 2026, Porsche introduces a 10.9-inch passenger display, allowing co-pilots to change music, monitor NAV, or even stream media on the move, all without distracting the driver. Material quality is every bit as premium as you'd expect for Porsche. Depending on the trim and options, you'll find smooth-grain leather, carbon fiber inlays, brushed aluminum, and even Racetex microfiber. Everything feels solid, tight, and performance-focused. Front seats can be upgraded to 18-way adaptive sports seats, complete with ventilation, heating, and massage functions. In the rear, passengers benefit from enhanced cushioning and more legroom than in previous generations, though the Cayenne still feels more driver-first than rear passenger-oriented. Now let's step inside the 2026 Range Rover Sport, and the tone changes completely. While Porsche is about sharp lines and cockpit precision, Range Rover is about fluid design, serenity, and elevated comfort. From the moment you open the door, you're greeted by a calm, minimalist cabin, awash in rich semi-aniline leather, ceramic touchpoints, and open-pore wood or aluminum trim. The seats are sculpted, soft, and cocoon you in silence, thanks to active noise cancellation built into the Meridian signature sound system, which uses the headrests as directional speakers. The dash is anchored by a large, gently curved 13.1-inch floating touchscreen running Land Rover's latest Pivi Pro system. It's more intuitive than past versions, with cleaner menus, improved responsiveness, and faster processing. The system supports wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Amazon Alexa voice control, and real-time traffic overlays. A 13.7-inch digital driver display and an available head-up display complete the digital experience. But where the Range Rover Sport really shines is in passenger comfort. The front seats are heated, cooled, massaging, and offer up to 22-way power adjustability. Rear passengers are treated to reclining seats, dedicated climate zones, heated armrests, and even the option for built-in rear entertainment screens in high trims. On paper, the 2026 Porsche Cayenne and the Range Rover Sport may seem like close competitors, but the moment you get behind the wheel, the difference in their personalities becomes instantly clear. These aren't just luxury SUVs. They each deliver a distinct driving experience that reflects their brand's DNA. Let's begin with the Porsche Cayenne, a vehicle that's engineered more like a sports car in SUV clothing. Whether you're in the base V6 or the monstrous turbo e-hybrid, the Cayenne feels sharp, balanced, and always eager to respond. The steering is precise with real feedback, not something you find often in the SUV segment. And the chassis tuning is pure Porsche. Even the plug-in hybrid models maintain a sense of athleticism thanks to the brand's PSM adaptive suspension, optional rear axle steering, and active anti-roll systems that keep body motion tight and controlled. Acceleration is brisk across the lineup, but it's the way the Cayenne handles corners that sets it apart. It feels composed, planted, and genuinely fun to drive, with a confidence that makes it feel smaller than it actually is. And with the available Sport Chrono package, launch control and sharper throttle mapping elevate the experience even further. In short, the Cayenne doesn't just drive well for an SUV, it drives well, period. Switching over to the Range Rover Sport, and the experience is just as premium, but takes a different approach. The focus here is on refined power and effortless composure. The steering is lighter, the ride more floaty, and the cabin quieter. It glides over bumps with grace, thanks to standard air suspension and adaptive dampers that constantly adjust to road conditions in real time. That said, this Range Rover isn't soft, especially in higher trims like the P550e or SV Edition 1. The hybrid's instant torque makes it feel quicker than you'd expect, and the SV's twin-turbo V8 delivers a thunderous growl with surprisingly agile handling. The available 6D dynamic system, which actively controls pitch and roll, makes cornering surprisingly flat and composed, even for a vehicle this large. When it comes to safety, both the 2026 Porsche Cayenne and the Range Rover Sport are equipped with some of the most advanced driver assistance systems on the road today. But just like their driving styles, their safety tech is also tailored to different kinds of drivers. The 2026 Porsche Cayenne takes a more performance-centric approach to safety, blending advanced systems with the kind of responsiveness you'd expect from a Porsche. Standard features include forward collision warning, automatic emergency braking, lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring, and a surround view camera system. Porsche's adaptive cruise control is smooth and smart, but optional, just like its lane centering and night vision assist, which uses infrared sensors to detect pedestrians and animals in low-light conditions. What's impressive is how well these systems are integrated. Porsche doesn't overdo alerts or interfere with the driving experience. Instead, the Cayenne's safety tech feels like a co-driver, always there but never getting in your way. For 2026, the sensors have been upgraded for better object detection, and Porsche now includes intersection assist and traffic jam assist in higher trims or as part of the Inno Drive package. Now shifting to the 2026 Range Rover Sport, which leans more into comprehensive protection and ease of use. Every model comes standard with Land Rover's Driver Assistance Suite, which includes 360-degree parking sensors, traffic sign recognition, driver condition monitor, rear cross-traffic alert, and clear exit monitor, which warns rear passengers if they're about to open a door into oncoming traffic. Step up to higher trims, and you unlock advanced tools like adaptive cruise control with stop and go, lane centering, and a full surround camera system with 3D visualization, perfect for tight city streets or tricky off-road paths. You also get rear collision monitor, blind spot assist, and emergency steering assist, which can subtly guide the vehicle around an obstacle if a collision is imminent. Let's talk numbers, because while both the 2026 Porsche Cayenne and the Range Rover Sport bring serious performance and luxury, they do so at very different price points, depending on the trim you choose. Starting with the 2026 Porsche Cayenne, it comes in multiple configurations, all priced to reflect Porsche's performance DNA. The base Cayenne SUV starts at around $80,000, offering a turbocharged V6, all-wheel drive, adaptive suspension, and a fully digital cockpit as standard. Next is the Cayenne e-Hybrid, which now starts just above $88,000. You get plug-in hybrid efficiency with 463 horsepower, increased electric range, and improved fuel savings, all without sacrificing that Porsche driving feel. Then there's the Cayenne S, now upgraded with a twin-turbo V8. It starts around $97,000, and it's ideal for buyers who want classic Porsche performance without going all in on electrification. If you're chasing more performance, the Cayenne Turbo e-Hybrid starts near $150,000 and climbs, depending on options. It delivers over 700 horsepower near supercar acceleration and still includes some usable EV range. It's the ultimate Cayenne, both in performance and price. There's also the Cayenne Coupe variants, which carry a slight premium, about $5,000 to $6,000 more per trim, offering sleeker styling and a more aggressive stance. Now let's turn to the 2026 Range Rover Sport, which takes a slightly different path when it comes to trims and pricing. The entry-level SE starts around $85,000, giving you a mild hybrid inline-six with 355 horsepower, air suspension, all-wheel drive, a full digital dash, and high-end materials throughout. It already feels premium, but Land Rover isn't done there. Step up to the Dynamic SE at roughly $93,000, and you'll get more power with the 395 horsepower P400 engine, upgraded wheels, enhanced leather, and more adaptive drive modes. Next up is the Autobiography P550 e-plug-in hybrid, which starts around $123,000. This trim gives you everything: 542 horsepower, nearly 50 miles of EV range, and the most refined version of Land Rover's tech and interior craftsmanship. It's ideal for buyers looking to bridge performance and eco-conscious driving. And then there's the range-topping SV Edition 1, a high-performance monster with 626 horsepower and exclusive design touches inside and out. Pricing starts at around $143,000, and it can climb much higher with options, putting it in direct competition with Porsche's Turbo e-Hybrid. So after diving deep into the performance, interior, tech, safety, and pricing, the big question remains: which one deserves your keys, the 2026 Porsche Cayenne or the 2026 Range Rover Sport? If you're the kind of driver who lives for precision handling, lightning-fast response, and performance that borders on sports car territory, the Porsche Cayenne is the clear winner. It's sharp, thrilling, and unapologetically engineered for the enthusiast, especially in the V8 or Turbo e-Hybrid trims. Porsche gives you the tools to tailor your SUV into exactly what you want. Whether it's a luxurious daily driver or a supercharged beast with track-ready confidence. On the other hand, if your priorities lean toward refined comfort, commanding presence, and the kind of luxury that turns every drive into a quiet escape, the Range Rover Sport delivers that in spades. It's powerful without being loud, smooth without being soft, and loaded with tech designed to make life simpler, both on and off the road. And with a plug-in hybrid that goes over 50 miles on pure electric power, it's also one of the most forward-thinking SUVs in the segment. In the end, it comes down to personality. Two icons, two distinct experiences, and one choice that depends entirely on the kind of drive you want to have every day. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, hit subscribe, and let us know in the comments. Which would you choose? The pulse-quickening Cayenne or the poised and powerful Range Rover Sport? We'll see you in the next review.